Okay, we've got the draft council submission on the Canterbury Earthquakes Tribunal bill, and we've got staff here. I am going to suggest, no, it's not that one. Right, okay, so I think somebody wanted to kind of raise the fact that within the submission we should acknowledge that we funded the Canterbury Earthquake Advocacy Service, CS, and supported them with office facilities here. Yeah. So I think it would be worthwhile noting that. And I thought the other thing that we should do is also recognise the establishment of the Greater Christchurch Claims Resolution Service, which was announced, launched this week, and acknowledge that, because I think that, you know, you can always do things better in retrospect, but that's where that should have gone a number of years ago. They should have, Okay, Glenn, you're the one that's really excited about this, so far away.
I guess I just had one question before, if I may make a few points. Is obviously, you know, I'm not a parliamentarian, so I don't understand how these things work, but it's a kind of bespoke piece of legislation. But just thinking ahead to when the Alpine fault does shift, how does this work? You know, is it the kind of legislation that can be reinvented or used as a template for a future event, so that in the event the Alpine does go, you know, it can serve, so we've already got something in place that, you know, can be used further afield? Probably a question for Judith.
I think that's more of a policy matter, though, isn't it?
Okay.
But I think that what we could do is we could say in here that that with the establishment, because what I got the impression of the other day is that this new Greater Christchurch Claims Resolution Service will dovetail with the Insurance Tribunal, so it'll be connected, right. So people will be on a pathway, and it sounded very good. So I just wonder whether, because you know, the lessons learned symposium that's being held, it's not called that anymore, but insurance isn't really part of it, because we're still in it, and it still needs a bit more water to go under the bridge before there's kind of an overarching review. But maybe if in the submission we say it is really important that that this the establishment of the tribunal, the establishment of the other service and the previous services, that they're all analysed after the claims are resolved for the purposes of developing a far more early and integrated approach in a you know, future event. So it's kind of feeding into lessons learned. Yeah,
that would be good. I've raised this, as you know, with Anne and Columbus in her role working on the AF8 group, which prepares for post-Alpine fault, you know, the question over what after that.
Yep.
So that would be good if we could be ready to hit the ground running.
Yeah, we will be. Okay, is there anything else you wanted to add?
Yeah, maybe a couple of things. I don't want to take up too much time, but I guess the whole push for this tribunal, and it's so important that we do submit on it, you know, came out of this council, and it really came out of a lack of simple courtesies for policyholders. So there were things such as phone calls and emails not being returned from private insurers. And what I like about this is this really, now with the tribunal, will turn the tables. So no more, you know, deny, delay, defend. The insurers have to front up. And if I can name drop for a minute, meeting Erin Brockovich, when I put it to her that the government claimed the New Zealand insurance market was too small to intervene. She just said, well, that was rubbish. So, yeah, really important that at last this government is getting onto this. All policy holders have ever wanted is reasonable and fair treatment. So, absolutely thrilled to see this getting underway.
Very good. Would you like to move the approval of the submission?
Yes, I'd be delighted to.
Yeah. And Dion will second it. Does anyone else want to speak to it? Yanni and then Dion.
Excuse me. Yeah, I just wanted to support the comments that Councillor Livingston has made. I was very supportive in 2012 when Council actually first considered this. We heard from a group of residents who were having huge issues with insurance in 2012, and as a result Council passed a resolution seeking two things. One was an advocacy service for insurance and also for a tribunal to be established. And you know, today's actually a bit of an ironic day in that we've got two issues on the agenda that stem from 2012 that 6 years later are now being addressed. The second will be the Templar Street property. But this is really important. And just to give you a quote from one of the residents who came to council, this was Maria Thackwell. This is what she said in 2012. People feel so abandoned and so lost. And I think emotionally, maybe that will give them the strength to fight a little bit more because people have just about had it. That was 6 years ago. And we're only seeing this set up now. It is long overdue. It is definitely a step forward, but a lot of damage has already been done, unfortunately. And you know, to this council's credit, we advocated for this for the past 6 years, and it's great to see the new government embracing it. But I do think, you know, we need to recognise the stress that people have been through because of dealing with their insurance industry for a large part by themselves without the lack of support that has been adequate. And I just really want to say, you know, that my thoughts go to those people who have struggled immensely and the stress, recognise the stress that they have been put through. But this is definitely something that we should be supportive of. And, you know, it's better late than never. But I think there's a huge lesson to be learned that people need help with insurance after a natural disaster the size of which we faced. And I'm totally supportive of this resolution in terms of the submission and the tribunal being set up.
Thank you. Dion.
Yeah, I'd echo a lot of what Yanni has just said as well, but I was on and thanks to the council for the funding that actually set up the Canterbury Insurance Advocacy Service. I ended up on the board of that. We were unpaid. All of the people that were there were working as volunteers on the board, and every single day we were working alongside people who needed advocacy to help them navigate their way through the insurance process, because people had no idea really what to do. Well, some people. There were so many complexities that were involved in this insurance market, and this was really, really important to get across the line so people did have that hope. The one comment that I wanted to make about this is it feels like this is a shame that we've actually got to this stage in the first place. We shouldn't actually need to have a tribunal set up in the courts of New Zealand to actually deal with insurance. It's a shame that it's got to this stage. So I think, you know, it's good that we're actually getting this because we have got to this stage. I support what we've put into this tribunal submission, and I would like to see it sort of expedited with all the other services that are now there, so that we actually get people without insurance claims lingering over their properties. The one thing that I do want to also say as well is the on-sold. This doesn't settle on-sold issues where insurance doesn't, where people have still got damage when they've bought houses. So this is going to be an issue that's going to go on, and I hope that something else can fill that gap as well.
Thank you. Anyone else? I'll put the motion. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no.
Aye.
Bye. Do you?
Bye.
That's carried. Do you want to stay for anything else, or is that good for you?
Not really. It's pretty expensive doing it like this, but I just want to really acknowledge the outstanding work of Jenny Huey with RAS. She's been working in this area for a long time, and there's all that data that's now available for the Tribunal, and also to wish you and all my colleagues all the best for the opening of Turanga tomorrow. I think that's going to be fantastic and will showcase what we have done as a city, to the whole community.
Oh,
so it'll be brilliant.
Thanks for sharing. That wasn't actually what I meant, but yeah,
sorry.
Good to hear from you though, and thanks for participating.
You too.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Lynn. Okay.
Right.
Bye.
Look, I'm just going